Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will presenting our project with title Electric Vehicle Rental Station. Let our introduce ourselves. My name is Dzaky Ahmad Hawari.
And my name is Muhammad Najwan Sulvadli.
We are from Group 3. First of all, what is flowchart and pseudocode? Flowchart represents an algorithm using a diagram. Flowchart diagrams are commonly used in programming to find the steps to write a program. Then, pseudocode is an informal, high-level description that can be readable by human. Pseudocode is description of the operating principle of an algorithm, while flowchart is a diagrammatic representation that illustrates a solution model to a given problem. This is the system analysis. There are the flowchart, then pseudocode. After that, we will try the dry run. This is the flowchart. Begin with the start, then declare all of the variables in our project we using while through loop. So the loop is never end until the loops break. The while will begin with displaying the main menu and input the menu that the user choose. The input become the switch case with 4 menus before there are 1. Registration, 2. Choose vehicle, 3. Details and payment, or exit. Other than that will to default case and back to menu display again. First case 1 registration will calling Prc registration procedure. Then it will back to the menu display again. Second case 2 choose vehicle will calling Prc choose vehicle procedure. After the procedure end, it will back to the menu display again. The third case 3 details and payment will run if statement. If char choose vehicle equal to A or B or C false, then it will display vehicle not chosen and repeat to display menu again. If true, it will call Prc total payment function. After the function end, it will display all the data you input before. Then it will back to display menu again. The fourth case for exit. In this switch case, it will break the loop function and the program will stop. This is the Prc registration procedure flowchart. Purpose of this procedure is to administration. After the procedure called, it will start the Prc registration and declaring some variables. Then it will display enter your name and input C username as the user's name. Then display enter your age and input numeric and age. If the age more than equal to 17, true. It will display input your ID card number and input the ID card. If false, it don't do anything. After the if statement, it will display your data is safe and back to Prc main procedure again. This is the Prc choose vehicle procedure. The purpose of this procedure is to user choose the vehicle. After the procedure call, it will begin the procedure and declaring some variables. Then it will displaying the vehicle menu. There are electric vehicle, bicycle, and skate, and the user input choose vehicle. After that display length of time to rent and user input the an hour that user want to rent. After that it will back to PRC procedure. This is the PRC total price procedure function. The purpose of this function is to calculate and process the total payment based on the vehicle and an hour. After the function call, it will start the function and declaring some variables. Then there are a next if statement. If C choose if C choice equal to A or a scooter, then N in will process arithmetic operation an hour multiply with the price per hour of scooter as a result. Then if an hour more than 4, it will process the end result minus with 10% discount. Then the end result will return to the PRC main procedure, same as a scooter, bicycle, and skate has same process.
This is the pseudocode. The pseudocode starts with declaring all the procedure. There are PRC total price, PRC registration, and PRC choose vehicle. Then begin the main code declare some variable. Then start the while true loop and displaying the main menu. After the main menu, it will accept and choice menu from user. Then start the switch case statement. Case 1 will call the PRC registration procedure. After the procedure end, will continue back to while loop function. Case 2 will call the PRC choose vehicle procedure. After the procedure end, it will continue back to the while loop function. Case 3 start with the if statement. If choice vehicle equals A or B or C, if true, will display all the details such as order on behalf of, age, ID card number, and etc. And back to the display main menu. If false, will display the type of the vehicle not selected and back to the display menu again. Case 4 will display exiting application and break the while loop. Case default is when the user input other than 1, 2, 3, and 4 and displaying false input and back to the display menu. This is end of the case statement, then end of the while function, then the end of main program. After the main program ends, start the PRC total price function, declaring end result. Then if choice vehicle equals A, will process an hour multiply by 20,000 rupiah. Then the nested if and hour, then 4 will process and result minus and result by multiply by 10% or discount 10%. Same as the first if, the second and third using nested if. After the if function end, it will return an result. So the total price result as end result. Then start the PRC registration procedure. Display enter your name, accept C as a username, display enter your age, accept an age, then if an age more than equal to 17, if true, display input your ID card number and accept an ID card. And the last procedure, PRC choose vehicle starts. Display choose the type electric vehicle, then display A electric scooter and its price, display B electric bicycle and its price, display C electric skate and its price. Then display accept type of vehicle. Then input or accept the C choice vehicle and display length of time to run and accept an hour. Then back to main program. That's for the pseudocode. This is dry run. In this section, we're simulating user using the program along with the output. First table of while loop. While true or continue syntax will output. Repeat the while function or go to display menu. While false or break syntax will output break the while loop and exit program. Second table of the choice menu switch case. Case 1 will output and call PRC registration procedure. Case 2 will output call PRC choose vehicle. Case 3 will run if statement. Choose vehicle equals or A or B or C. If true, and result price call PRC total price function. Then display the username, age and ID card, choose vehicle and hours, and etc. If false, will display the type of vehicles not selected. Third, table procedure of PRC registration. We simulating input username as Dzaky, then the output will Dzaky too. Then input NH as 19, the output will 19 too. Then if function run, if NH more than equals to 17, then output um, input the ID card number. Then we input as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, and 0. For table PRC choose vehicle procedure, we simulating input choose vehicle as B, then the output will B. Then input and hour as 5, the output will 5 too. The fifth table of PRC total price. Because the choice vehicle before we input B, then the if choice vehicle A and C not run. And result equals an hour or 5 multiplied by 25,000. The output result is 125,000. Then because the n hour is more than 4, or this in this case n hour is 5, and result is minus by 10%, then the output result is 112,500 rupiah. And then the end result will return to main program. That's for the dry run. This is the configuration we use using Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and for the flowchart we using dry.io. Thank you for listening our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for listening our presentation, and we hope this will be beneficial for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.